Hi everyone, today I'm doing another declutter video. This one I'm doing blushes, bronzers and my highlighters. I have quite a few to go through and I'm going to try and keep this short and quick because Joey and my husband are asleep and those moments are short and fleeting. So if you enjoy these declutter videos, then just keep watching. So I'm going to start with my blushes. I have quite a few from different brands. The first few I've got are Colourpop, and there are some shades in here that I do use and then others that I don't really use at all. Like this shade, it's purple. And I can't really use this as a blush because obviously this doesn't really suit my complexion. This would look really nice perhaps on darker skin tones. Same with this one. This is Sticky Sweet. And I do like their blushes. I find them quite nice. I use this shade a lot. Flushed. I used it in my previous video. So these two I will be keeping and I do use them. These two I might try and use as eyeshadows. Then I've got these by Bourjois and I believe these were limited edition. They are super old, so I'm not sure if I'd want to put this on my face, but they are really pretty. This one is kind of a rosy gold shade, and this one is a dusty rose. I want to keep these because I like the look of them. Is that a bad reason? Then we've got a couple of products I bought when I was traveling. These two are from Korea, and this one I bought in Taiwan. I actually do quite like this cream paint. It's by a brand called Moonshot. And I did contemplate getting other colors, but I just never got around to doing that. I probably don't reach for cream products as much as I do my powder ones, so it's probably a good idea that I didn't get any more, but I do really enjoy this shade. It's very flattering on the skin. This one I never use. It's by Etude House. I think I might move this along or give it to someone else who might use it. I honestly have used this maybe like once or twice, and I just didn't like the shade on me. And yeah, this one by 3 I do enjoy. This one does sheer out a bit more, so I do find it to work a little bit better. So I will keep this one as well because I like 3. Then we have this one by Squash Beauty, and I believe I got this as part of a subscription box from Hello Waffle Cosmetics because they do include products from other indie brands. I've never used this one, to be honest, and I think the reason for that is because I think the shade is too dark for my skin tone. And also I'm not a huge fan of the kind of dropper format of this blush. I just find that it gets very kind of messy and everywhere. So I'm going to declutter this one because I don't think the shade really works on me. And on top of that, it has a very strong scent, which, as you know, I don't like scented products. I've got a Nars cream blush and this is in the shade Orgasm. I believe this came in a holiday set or something like that. You know, Nars loves to put this shade in everything. I don't really like stick products. Again, and so that's probably why I haven't used it very much. It is a nice shade, yes, but I do prefer the powder formula. Then again, another Orgasm, but this is the Illuminator. It's kind of a completely different shade, kind of more peachy in my opinion, but honestly I really don't use this. I might give this away. This is the Orgasm Laguna duo that I used in my how I used to do my makeup video. I love this one to death. This has been so well loved and used. It is really old and the packaging is like completely gone. I think it's really time to say goodbye. You've served me well, but it's time to go. This one is an Orgasm mini. The packaging is still good, so I'm gonna keep this one. And this one is Orgasm and Super Orgasm Duo. See, it is true. They do put this shade in everything. See, this is Orgasm. This one has like massive glitter chunks in it. I don't really like glitter in my blushes. Like glitter this chunky, not for me. I might give this away because I won't use this shade and I already have Orgasm in the other in here. So I don't need so many of this shade. Okay, so the next few blushes I've got are cream blushes and this one is from Stila. This is the Convertible color. I did used to use this quite a bit. Nowadays, I don't really use it. Used to love it though. And same with this one. I did enjoy these while I had them, but they're a bit old and I'm gonna get rid of them now. Then we've got these ones by Topshop. I actually have quite a bit of Topshop makeup because back in the day, I bought quite a bit because it used to get hyped up so much, but to be honest, I never really used them and I didn't find them to be particularly good. These ones, as you can see, are a lot more sticky from Stila. This one has more of a cream to powder finish. The packaging is kind of cute, but they're probably like literally 5 years old and that's kind of gross. 4 shades here. And they are all going to go. Then we've got this one by Giorgio Armani, and this is one of their duos. And I used to really love this. I used to like mixing these two shades together. But honestly, again, this one is really old and I don't like to keep cream products for a super long time. So I think I really need to get rid of this. But I did really enjoy it while I had it. These two are from Body Shop and I bought these while I was in the Philippines. I used to use this one all the time. And it's one of those 5-in-1 kind of products. It's a very dry formula and I actually feel like it has dried out a little because I'm not sure if that's hard pan. I don't know. I feel like this used to be way more pigmented. I have used it. I didn't really make too much of a dent because I didn't wear tons of makeup while I was living there. This one needs to go. This one I didn't use very much and it looks pretty brand new, but I'm not sure if this one has dried out as well. I've got a lot of blushes to go through and this is not my favorite, so I don't know if I'll use it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one as well. Okay, so I have some Sookie Q blushes. And I love these blushes. This one is the old format where it used to have like two. I think they work well when you kind of swirl the two shades together. And I have gone through quite a few Sookie Q blushes where I've actually hit pan. This one I'm gonna keep all of them because I actually love my Sookie Q blushes. This one is the new Pure Color blush and this was for the UK Christmas collection. I got it from Selfridges and this is kind of like a rose gold shade. But on me, it doesn't really look like this. It does kind of look more muted. So I'm gonna play around with this more. I've only worn it twice. This one is one of my absolute favorites and I only just recently put it back in this drawer because I wanted to rotate some of my other blushes, but I absolutely love this one. And it's sad because this one is a limited edition one. I'd be super sad when this one runs out because I find this shade looks really, really good on me. I know I've seen some other reviews where people who have lighter skin tones said they didn't really enjoy this as much. I would be happy to take those off you if you're one of those people that has this and doesn't enjoy it because, like I said, this is limited edition and once I use it, it'll be gone. So I love it. One of my absolute favorites, if not my favorite from Sookie Q. Then we've got this one, which is the first one I ever bought. The shade in here is really nice. Like all Sookie Q blushes, the shades are quite, they don't look like anything special, but they're very flattering on the skin and the formula is fantastic. You can either, you know, obviously you can blend the two, you can have one or the other. And yeah, I really enjoy them. And if I had my way, I would collect them all. So we're down to the final few blushes. This one is from Bourjois, but again, never used it and I don't think I will. And it's really old as well. So I'm gonna declutter this one. This one is one from Guerlain and it's a collaboration with Emilio Pucci. I do like the shades in here, but impractical to use. And this packaging is kind of like, it's just really, I don't find it, I find it clunky and I don't know. I feel like they could have done better with this, but I will keep it because I do enjoy it. This one is the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Splits thing. And I got this when I was in New York. I'm not a huge fan of this highlighter. I don't know what the hype is with this. People seem to like it, but not for me. I don't know, maybe my sister will like this. I might give it to her because I never use it and I don't know if I would. Again, this is another blush I bought in New York and it's by Milani. It's in Romantic Rose and guess what? The plastic is still, I've never opened it. That is really sad, isn't it? I need to use this. I've heard so many good things about Milani blushes and it's kind of pretty with the rose design. So I'm gonna keep this and eventually use it. Okay, this is one by Glamour Doll Eyes. This is in the shade Age of Chivalry. This is a indie brand. And again, I believe I got this in one of the subscription boxes. This is another blush I haven't even used. That's so sad. I need to use this. Ooh, this is a really nice shade. That's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this. So, last two blushes are blush palettes. This one I created at Inglot. This one I actually use in my kit and I use it for deeper skin tones. I do quite like the Inglot products that I've tried and I also like the packaging, it feels really sturdy. And then lastly we have this blush palette by Viseart. I use this in my kit, but when I don't need it, this kind of sits in my drawer. I find that these are a little bit bright, so most of the time I reach for the other blush palettes which have the more muted tones. So moving on to bronzers and contour powders, I don't have a lot, so I don't think this one should be too difficult. I have this one by Bourjois, and I actually used to like this one quite a bit. It does have a bit of a dint in it. I'm not sure if you can see. I don't know how I hit pan like that. but there's like a tiny little hole. I don't think I'll use this one anymore. This one is a bit old, so I'm going to decolor this one. Then I've got this sculpting stick by Colourpop. I don't think I've ever used this. I think I might try this out because I do quite like Colourpop products, although the shade here looks a little bit too dark on me. I don't know, maybe blended in, this one could potentially work. We'll see. Then we've got another Colourpop product, and this is a Super Shock Cheek in Aphrodisiac. I will try and use this one because I don't think I've used it super often. And as you know, Colourpop products don't last super long because they've kind of got that creamy texture to it. So I'm gonna try and use this before it goes off. This one is Laguna, and I do like Laguna. I've hit pan on it already. I'm gonna keep this one. I enjoy this shade. We've got Irresistiblement, and this one I haven't used as much. I find it a little bit too orangey. I think that's why I didn't used to use it as much, because I find the shade a little bit too orangey on me. I don't know, I might try this out and see what it looks like on my skin tone now. Then we've got a kind of like, I don't know, this is a cream product. I'm not really a fan of cream products like this, and I probably won't use it knowing me, so I'm gonna declutter this one. We've got another stick product. This one is Palm Springs. I haven't used this one that much, and I don't think I will, so this one is gonna go. And then we've got this Viseart highlight and sculpt palette, and again, this one is not currently in my kit, but I do use it in my kit. If I do want these shades, I will take this one and use it. They do work, but I just don't feel that they're at the same standard as their eyeshadows. So we're nearly there. All I have left are my highlighters. The first one I've got is Becca, and this is one of the first ones I ever bought. As you can see, it's really well loved. And I bought this on Lisa Eldridge's recommendation. It's got a really nice reflect to it. But I think it's really old. The packaging feels disgusting. It's got that like sticky feel to it. Really gross. This one is going to go. It's seen better days. The lid's cracked. We've got another shimmering skin perfector. This one is in the shade Moonstone. And I believe I got this one recently with something, like with a purchase or something. I don't think I bought this specifically. So this one is a bit more flesh toned than Pearl. Pearl was a lot more white. I think this could look really nice on top of foundation. But anyway, we shall see. I haven't really used this kind of product in a long time. So another Becca product that I recently got was this one, which is Lilac Geode, and this one is really pretty. I have only used this once, but the shade is really gorgeous. It's like a purple with a golden shift. I don't think I have anything like this, and I'm definitely keeping this one. So we've got a couple of stick products here. Again, I bought this when I was in Korea, I believe, and I didn't really like them. I just think the shade is just wrong for me because it just kind of blends in with my own skin. This one is going. This one, actually, I didn't buy this one in Korea. I bought this one in New York. And I actually do like this shade, although I didn't like stick products. I don't know why I bought this, but the shade is really nice. I might try and use this one because it's hardly used. Then we've got this one by Colourpop. This is in Hippo. This one is really creamy. Usually their products are a lot more powdery. I might try and use this and see if I like it. See, I'm so bad at decluttering. I'm talking myself into keeping things. I've got I Burn, I Pine, I Perish. This is by Notoriously Morbid. I think I got this as part of a subscription box again. I think this is part of the Vanishing Cabinet, which is their subscription box. I don't know where that's gone. I don't know. I just feel like it's just blended into nothing. I'm not sure if I like this. I'm gonna move this along. Then we've got this Lighting Liquid by Sookie Q, and I like to add this into my foundation to give it some luminosity. It also has an SPF as well, which I quite like, although this means it will give you flashback. Actually, it does give a very strong white cast. Did I like this? Maybe I didn't. Maybe that's why it's sitting here. I'm gonna try and use this again. If I don't like it, I'm gonna declutter it. This is an indie brand. This is Hello Waffle Cosmetics. I have never used this before. Ooh, it's a doe foot applicator. That's a bit strange. This is, oh, it's a very subtle highlight as well. Where did that go? That's just blended in with my skin. I'm sorry, but I don't like this. So I'm going to declutter this as well. So I've got 3 highlighters here. This one is by Gemma Kid, and this is a cream product. I used to love this, but I think this is way too old, so I need to declutter this one, but it was quite a nice shade. We've got this one by Ofra, and this is You Do You, and this is a collaboration with Dupe That, and I really like this shade. I haven't used it in some time. I think it's because it's sitting in my drawer and I've forgotten about it, but this is quite an intense highlighter. I don't often go for a super intense highlight, but every now and again, and with a light hand, you know, for a light application, this works as well. I'll definitely be keeping this one. This is the Mary Luminizer, and I bought this because of all the hype, and as sad as it is, I have never used it. I think all I've ever done is swatched it. But I'm one of those people that I pretty much only go for the makeup that sits in my vanity, and so I really need to start rotating my makeup a bit more, because I know I can pan these kind of products because I use them every day pretty much. So lastly, we have all these powder highlights, and these ones I bought when I was in New York at Alcone, and these are the In Light powders by Danessa Merrick's. I have a whole video on these. I absolutely love these. They're very finely milled, the pigment, and they're gorgeous on the skin. They're really beautiful, and no one talks about this brand. It's really sad. There's no way I'm getting rid of these. These are one of my favorite powders, like highlighting and bronzing powders. This one is Cougar by Paula Dune, and I don't remember where I got this from. I think, again, I got this in a box of some sort because the name doesn't even ring a bell to me. I haven't even opened this one ever. I don't know if I'll use it because I've got so many amazing ones. I might give this to someone who likes or would like to try a powder highlight. So this is everything I'm keeping. I think I did a pretty decent job, although I guess I could have been more ruthless. But in general, I want to try and use up all the makeup that I have and not be too wasteful. And for the most part, I do enjoy most of the stuff that I have. Anyway, I hope you found this fun to watch, and I will see you in the next one. Because believe it or not, there probably will be a next one because I have way more makeup to declutter.